Hello guys, welcome to a new video in Mexico, and now we do the Barra Loop, so La Paz, Cabo Pulmo and La Paz, and after go to the main country in Mexico.
If you suddenly see us in Mexico City with our bikes, it's because something happens right after we enter Mexico. When we cross the border in Baja California, I start feeling pain in my knee, almost immediately. At first I think it's nothing, but on the first dirt road between sand and climb, the pain becomes too strong to continue. Our cycling journey in Mexico begins with forced break. For almost 4 weeks we stay in Baja California. Medical appointment, rest, stretching, and a lot of patience. We don't know how long it will last, or if the journey can continue normally. In the end, this pause became another way of discovering Mexico. The cliff of Ensenada, the Pacific Ocean, and our first Mexican dish. Then we spent time in La Ventana, welcomed by Carol, Jeffrey, and Michael. Life slows down completely. Hiking, shared meal, and meaningful encounter. Both human and animals, especially with one of Jeffrey's naturalist friends who knows every bird species the way a cyclist knows their bike. We also get the chance to see whales in the bay, right next to the reserve. I even joined Michael's dance classes. It's fun and it helps me move my knee a little. At the same time, we also build a chicken coop at Carol's place, the Chicken Palacio, a luxury house for chicken with a feeder and a solar-powered door.
Little by little, the pain starts to fade. We test short rides near La Ventana. First without panniers, then on part of the Baja Loop with all our gear. It's not perfect, but it works. That's enough to get back on the road, carefully, without pushing too hard. Before reaching Mexico City, there is also a special moment, the ferry crossing between Baja California and the mainland. Just before boarding, we met a Swiss couple we had met months earlier in Canada. A pretty crazy coincidence when you think about the distance traveled since then. There's also a Canadian couple we met at Warm Showers host's place in Ensenada. After the uncertain weeks in Baja California, meeting other bike travelers again feels reassuring. The next morning, we arrived together in Mazatlán. Rolling off the ferry with our bikes at the same time almost feels like the beginning of a new chapter, as if the journey officially starts again from there.
Then everyone goes their separate way. The Swiss take a bus with us and we head to Mexico City to give my knee a little bit more time to recover. The capital becomes another pause in the journey. Not a forced stop like in Baja California, but a real moment to recover before getting back to long cycling days. We take time to visit the city, walk, eat, and simply let the body rest a bit longer. We also visit the ancient city of Teotihuacan, just a few kilometers from Mexico City. The Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon dominate the site. Walking along the Avenue of the Dead, we try to imagine life here almost 2,000 years ago.
Hello, welcome to Teotihuacan. So Teotihuacan is a famous city, an ancient city in Mexico. This city was discovered by the Aztec and the name was given by the civilization. So Teotihuacan means the place where the gods were born.
And we have some friends that disturb us during the sequence.
So behind me there is the Pyramid of the Sun. This is the biggest pyramid in Mexico and one of the biggest pyramids in the world. The Pyramid of the Sun was built in 200 after Jesus Christ and it is 65 meters high.
These moments without the bike are also part of the journey. They help us understand the place we travel through.
So now we are on the Pyramid of the Moon. It was dedicated for the storm god.
And now it's time for a good sacrifice to avoid any headwind and storm for the rest of the trip. Let's go to kill Bryan and touch him down on the pyramid.
Yeah.
After a few days with our warm shower host, it's time to leave again. Leaving Mexico City by bike takes patience, but little by little the traffic fades and the road begins to climb. Destination? Paso de Cortés. We spent the night at more than 2,400 meters of altitude, at the foot of the pass, welcomed by Jesus in a community building. Once again, a simple encounter changed the day on the road.
The climb is long but steady. The air gets cooler with altitude, which feels good. The volcanoes Iztaccíhuatl and Popocatépetl slowly appear in the landscape.
Many holds and that's reassuring. Early in the afternoon we reach the top of the pass. It may be just another point on the map, but for me it means a lot. It is the first real climb at altitude since the injuries, and everything goes perfectly well.
And here we are at the top of El Paso de Cortés. It's around 3,700 meters of elevation. It was a long climb, but the view is beautiful. We can't fly the drone because it's a national park, but we are going down to Puebla this way.
We leave the pass feeling confident about the rest of Mexico and the long road toward Argentina. We descend toward the city of Puebla. The downhill is long and fast, almost silent at times. After the effort of the climb, we just let the bikes roll. But cities are not really what we are looking for right now. We are craving nature. So, we bypass Puebla and continue south. Very quickly, the mountains return. The days are rarely flat. It goes up, it goes down, sometimes several times in the same day.
We just left our warm shower in Puebla after one day of rest, where we cooked some lasagna, cake. They offer us some breakfast, chilaquiles. It was very good. I'm going to try to add a picture of it. It's with tortilla, tomato, salsa sauce. It's very good. And now we are going to Tehuacan in the next few days with a wonderful landscape around me.
Today it's a little bit hilly, maybe a lot hilly, but it's okay. I think we have more 20 kilometers to do to go to Tecali de Herrera, our stop for this night, and we are surrounded by a little dog, so it's funny.
Yeah, they are barking
Yeah.
for nothing, just to say hello, we are here.
Just I think 1 minute, and after.
Please stop. And good morning, everyone. Last night we slept in the theater slash gymnase sport building of the little city where we are. And it was a long process. We went to the church, we asked after to the city hall said no, so we came back to the church, and the church called the city hall. The part of tourism just open us this room, so it's perfect. We slept very good, and now it's time to go to Tehuacan. Normally we will be there tomorrow morning.
Now we are just in front of a little bakery. I hope it will be very good because it's time for the breakfast.
That looks very good.
Let's go, Bryan.
Oui, yes. Tonight we are in the restaurant to eat some tortas. It's one of typical dish in Mexico. You have the bread, it's like a sandwich and it's very good. We choose the Milanese. So we have Milanese, some vegetables, cheese and avocado. It's just perfect. And this night we sleep in a little, I don't know how we call that.
Yeah, like a school. But after school.
It's good. It's very good. Perfect. The heat gets stronger, especially in the middle of the day. We adjust our rhythm, earlier starts in the morning, longer breaks in the shade whenever we can.
We just finished the day with a little climb and we asked to the city hall where we can sleep. And finally it was not the city hall, but it was the police office. So we set up our tent in the police office. And in this area we have some friends, they are in jail for the night. So I think we are going to spend a night in security, but maybe not a good night.
I hope he will stop to talk.
Because he's singing in Spanish now.
Yeah, for 2 hours.
One morning, after spending a safe night at a police station, we meet other cyclists on the road, a French-speaking Swiss couple, France and Gerard. We start talking, still a bit slow, from waking up. Very quickly, we realized we were heading in roughly the same direction, riding at a similar pace, and mostly important, we all want to keep moving south. Instead of just exchanging a few tips and saying goodbye, we decide to ride together. And those first few kilometers turn into several days. Riding as far completely changes the dynamics. The climbs feel shorter when you are talking. The long straight roads under the heat pass more quickly. We share breaks, the doubles and the simple moments, like discovering a traditional mezcal distillery, the strong local spirit of Mexico. Another one like tequila. Every evening we got an hotel together, which is different from our usual. Sometimes improvised plans. Everything feels easier. We arrive at the end of the day, take a shower and share a meal. It almost feels like luxury, thanks to our new friends from Switzerland.
We also avoid an endless climb of about 70 kilometers with nearly 2,000 meters of elevation gain. In our minds, cycling should be physical, but still enjoyable. Being for allows us to share the cost of a pickup truck ride to the top. Once at the summit, the road drops down the other side of the mountain. The descent takes us toward Oaxaca. The kilometers go by quickly. The air gets warmer and little by little the city appears.
Today, after a good downhill and a little bit of cheating because we didn't climb the pass, but we took a pickup truck, now we are going to Oaxaca. And we are still with our friends from Switzerland.
Oaxaca is famous for the colors of its streets and its evening atmosphere. At night, the city comes alive. We pass musicians, singers, and traditional dancers in the plazas. The atmosphere feels lively, almost festive.
And welcome to Monte Alban,
an archaeological site overlooking the entire Oaxaca Valley. Between pyramids, ceremonial plazas, and ancient structures, we discover a city much older than the Aztec or Maya empires. Monte Alban reached its peak with the Zapotec civilization and was later occupied by the Mixtecs. Walking among the stone ruins, it's easy to imagine the political and religious importance of this place in its time.
We are cycling out of Oaxaca after one day of visit. It was a very beautiful city with a colorful building and a wonderful city, ancient city of Monte Alban. It was super cool. Now let's go back on the road. After this break in Oaxaca, it's time to head south again. The mountains don't really disappear, but the climate begins to change. The vegetation slowly becomes different. We can feel that we are entering another region of Mexico. Along the way, we see more and more cactus fields stretching toward the horizon. It is also an opportunity for us to discover traditional mezcal production. Mezcal is a Mexican spirit made from agave. First, the heart of the plant, called the piña, is harvested and slowly cooked over a wood fire. Once cooled, is just crushed to extract the pulp, then left to ferment in large vats before being distilled. We have the chance to taste a few glasses, in moderation, of course, especially since we only have a short distance left to ride that day. Discovering this kind of craftsmanship along the road is one of those unexpected travel moments you can't really plan.
perfect just before ride a bike.
We continue riding together toward Chiapas. The days pass one after another, sometimes physically demanding, sometimes easier, but always intense. And here we are at the top of the first climb of the day. It was around 700 of elevation gain on nearly 15 kilometers. That is a little bit hard to start the day, But now we are going down for 9 kilometers, and that's a good thing. This is why I like to climb. This is why it's worth it to climb.
It's already the second day we are with our warm shower in Santo Domingo de Zanata. Something like that. And today we are with our warm shower with our friends from Switzerland. And tonight we are going to a little restaurant, a taqueria.
I'm very happy to sleep for the first day, for the first night outside.
Because we are with our friends from Switzerland, we are sleeping in another hotel every night, so it's full luxury. The first time for the trip we are sleeping in so many hotels, so thank you.
The name is al pastor, alambre. It's a mix of meat, chili, cheese, and you put it in tortilla. It's very good.
On me filme le plat, là, je suis en train de me débattre.
Then come the moment to separate. Today we say goodbye to our Swiss friends at the border of this new Mexican state. They continue toward San Cristobal de las Casas, while we head toward Guatemala.
After several days riding together, the separation feels a bit strange. You quickly get used to having others around, the evening conversations, the shared rhythm on the road. And then, in just a few minutes, everyone goes back to their own path. We wish each other a safe journey and promise to meet again when we return to Europe. Then the road separates us. The kilometers keep adding up.
And as we ride, we think back to the beginning of the country, the uncertainty about my knee, those weeks in Baja California, when everything felt fragile. Today the climbs keeps coming. The days are long, sometimes heavy under the heat, but the body holds. Mexico, which began with bold, became a strong chapter of the journey. Ahead of us, the Guatemalan border is getting closer. We are just in front of the immigration of Guatemala, and they step our passport. So, welcome to a new country. It's going to be on the next video for you. See you later on the next video in Guatemala. Goodbye! And the road to Argentina continues. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Bye bye!
It's easy.